Hello and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to take a look at the NAIC winning Regidrago deck list. Let's hop onto it. Alright, so here is the list. Yes, we are playing Regidrago VSTAR. This is the winning list in the juniors division at NAIC, piloted by Drake Z. So if you want to check out the list and his tournament run, it will be linked in the description below. I actually haven't touched Regidrago VSTAR on this channel, so let's take a look at the card really quickly. So it has the attack Apex Dragon for 2 grass and 1 fire. I know, very specific. You can use Apex Dragon, which allows you to copy any attack of a dragon Pokemon in your discard pile, which is really strong because we do have a lot of powerful attackers that are dragon Pokemon. Now it also has Legacy Star, so if you use this V-Star power, you can discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and then from your whole discard pile, you can choose 2 cards to put into your hand. So it's kind of like Starbirth, but for your discard pile. Now, the reason I didn't touch this card since its release in Silver Tempest is because of the time during that meta, we had a lot of great dragon Pokemon that had some really great attacks like Duraludon, Giratina, Goodra, but it didn't really make sense to play Regidrago V-Star with those Pokemon if you could just use those as like their standalone decks. Like, why not just play a Giratina V-Star deck? So there wasn't really any niche to the Regidrago V-Star deck. Well, with Paldea Evolved, we now have access to Noivern EX, which is a really great dragon Pokemon that we got in this set. Noivern EX has 2 really great attacks. The first one being Covert Flight. You hit for 70, but you can prevent all damage from your opponent's basic Pokemon next turn. So this is really great, especially in this current meta, because there are a lot of basic Pokemon that are EXs that are really strong right now, like Chien-Pao. Now, it also has the attack Dominating Echo for 140 damage. You can prevent your opponent from playing any special energies and stadium cards, which is actually really strong because we do play Path of the Peak in this deck. And if you're playing against a deck that uses special energies as hand attachments, then you will also be preventing them from doing that too. So a lot of ways to disrupt your opponent. I really like the addition of Noivern in this deck because of the fact that you have powerhouse attacks like the Giratina and the Duraludon and the Goodra, but then you also have Noivern to kind of help you with those niche matchups. And I did mention Starbirth at the beginning of the video, and yes, that is because we are using Arceus VSTAR as a great partner for Regidrago, just because we do have that 2 grass and fire attack costs. So having Arceus VSTAR with a Trinity Nova is really great to get your board powered up. And in case you can't use Legacy Star and you need to use Starbirth to get your board set up, why not use Starbirth instead, right? We do have the Spiritomb. It is really great against the Mew matchup. I will talk about the Mew matchup at the end just briefly. And we are playing Squawkabilly EX. Yes, it is a no-brainer to play Squawkabilly. Just because you have that Squawk and Seize, you can discard your hand, which means you can discard Dragon Pokemon, put them into the discard pile, and then draw into a fresh 6 in your first turn. Now, another ingenious addition that Drake Z added is the Kirlia line, which is really great because you do have access to Refinement, which we all know these past couple months is a really great engine for a lot of different decks. Why not put it in this one as well? Because then you can discard Dragon Pokemon and then draw 2 more cards on top of that. The best part about having this line is that you also have access to Gallade. Buddy Catch is really great because it allows you to get any supporter from your deck, which is really strong, especially in the late game. If you're looking for things like Iono to help disrupt your opponent, or if you're looking for boss to just take a nice prize on the bench. And one of my favorite additions is the Garchomp V because it has the attack Sonic Strike, which allows you to kind of nuke one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for 220 damage, but you do have to discard 3 energies. So this is really great to kind of take quick prizes on things like Lumineon or even Squawkabilly if you have access to that. And that's pretty much it for the list. Now I want to talk about the Mew matchup really quickly. If you are going up against Fusion Mew, just know that this doesn't work against Mew if they do play Fusion Strike Energy on their Genesect, because the Fusion Strike Energy does nullify Spiritomb's ability to nullify Genesect's ability. We do still play Path in order to disrupt our opponents even more. But the thing that I found out about this deck is it does need a lot of setup at the start of the game. So you do need to get Arceus right, you need to get Regidrago, you need to get your Kirlia line set up, and you need to get Spiritomb and Path. If the Mew player has already set up their board, it can be a little bit hard to catch up, especially if they've already attached their energies, then Dominating Echo isn't really doing much. So what I recommend, my only addition into this deck would be maybe adding a Choice Belt. That way you're hitting for the magic 310 number with Giratina V-Star. I just don't know what I would cut in order to put the Choice Belt. But if you wanted to try the deck out for yourself, here is an image of the deck list. This is what Drake Z used to win NAIC, and I believe in his list. So definitely check it out for yourself in the description below. So let's hop onto the ladder, and I'll show you some matches that I got with the Regidrago VSTAR. Okay, looks like we're going up against United Wings. This hand not good. Let's see if we can get a basic with this Capturing Aroma. Nope, no basic. We do have another Arceus, so we can actually work with that still, but because we're going against Capturing Aroma, I definitely want to get this Noivern into the discard pile, so let's go ahead and do that. Throw this down. Just squawk and seize while we still can. Maybe we might be able to grab something from that. We do get Arceus, and we get a Ralts down, which is good. I'm going to save the Ultra Ball and just attach energy and pass. This way, next turn I can go for Ultra Ball, potentially grab Research, or grab Arceus, then do... and go Arceus for Double Turbo Research, and then hopefully draw into some more cards. I don't think we need Spiritomb in this matchup. They don't play any basic Vs, not to my ability. The only thing we do have to worry about is them doing well in the prize trade. Because we have to go through 6 single prizers, it might be a little bit difficult for us to take knockouts before they take all of our prizes. Or what am I saying? It might be difficult for us to take all of our prizes before they take all of their prizes. Alright, there's a Collapse. And there's a Squawk and Seize of their own. Let's see where they're at. They have 4. They can hit for 80. I doubt they're going to be able to hit for knockout this turn on Squawkabilly, so I do have that chance. I feel like they use Collapse Stadium wrong. They needed to use Collapse Stadium to get rid of the Squawk, so they kind of used that too early. It was a misplay on their part. They were close. They were 3 away from getting the knockout, but they unfortunately didn't hit it. Okay, so we got double turbo, so that's actually great. We can actually go ahead and grab Switch then off of this Starbirth. Grab Arceus. What do we have? Let's actually check, make sure. We do need to set up a Drago. That's high priority. We have Rope. I could rope them. Rope doesn't seem too bad. I highly doubt they'll give up the Squawk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab Rope and Research just so I can draw into some cards, and then hopefully I can evolve into a Kirlia, and then kind of progress the game from there. Let's see. So we want Rope and Research. That's what I need to get. I'm gonna go ahead and Rope. They're probably gonna throw out the Flamingo. Yep. There it is. I'll go ahead, Research. We do get a Kirlia, so that's pretty great. I definitely do want to get rid of Garchomp. I think being able to snipe that Squawk on the bench at some point would be really nice. Unfortunately, we don't get a Drago though, which kind of sucks. I don't want to throw the Pathin down, because if they do have the Collapse Stadium, they don't have a chance to get rid of the Squawk. Is there anything I need to rod back? Maybe the Gallade at some point, but I don't think I need that at the moment. I can always grab it with the Ball Search with Rod as well. I'm gonna go ahead and hit for Trinity Nova here. Knock out the Flamingo, and then hold the energies. I don't need to power up this Arceus at all. I just need to start grabbing some Dragos and powering them up as well. There's our first Drago, that's great. But next turn I can go Drago, attach Trinity Nova, and then power up the Regidrago so that I can start using Covert Flight. And then after I use Covert Flight, there's really not much they can do besides bossing up my bench. And there's no boss right now, so we're good on that front. They just use Zinnia to draw 3 cards. No Refinement. Alright, they're building up their discard. So they're at what? 6, 7, so they can hit for 140 now. 160. I am worried about a boss on the Regidrago before I can get it set up, so I want to try and get 2 in play this turn if I potentially can. That would be ideal. Get another Refinement Kirlia, but no Ralts, so that's not good. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Duraludon. Okay, we got Ultra Ball, so we can set up 2. That's great. I'm gonna go ahead, Ultra Ball, get rid of maybe Path. Let me see, is it worth ever bossing up? I think we boss up their Kirlia. That way they don't have more draw, because they do have a dead hand at the moment. And I can always squawk KO with Garchomp's attack at some point. So let's do this. I'm gonna go Ultra Ball, get rid of Path and Kirlia. I mean, do I ever really need Path? They don't play things like Luminion, I don't think. So I'll just get rid of double Path. I want to hold on to the Kirlia in case I do draw Ralts. I'm gonna go ahead, grab the other Regidrago. I'll go ahead, attach. What does the attack cost? 2 grass, 1 colorless, so I'll attach a grass here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna boss up their Kirlia. That way they also don't have access to Gallade either. And then they can't gust up anything on my bench. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. So we go fire, fire, fire. Okay, so we don't have a grass energy in deck. So maybe I should have Super Rod that turn, but that kind of sucks. Okay, so we're gonna just do this. So fire, fire, and then potentially I can get the grass energy next turn. I want to see just to double check. So it's 2 grass, 1 fire. I can go ahead and put this. I'll put it here. It doesn't matter. Kind of misplayed by not using the Super Rod there, because then I could have gotten the grass energy onto the other Drago, but hopefully they don't really see that. And they don't boss KO one of my Drago Vs. But they did draw research, so they are going to be able to draw out of their dead hand, so that's totally fine. Yeah, I don't know how big of a misplay that was for me not getting the grass energy, because if they do knock out this Regidrago, I guess I can Super Rod that turn, this next turn, attach grass energy, Super Rod, and then use Trinity Nova again to get it in play. That's also a play. They're gonna get the knockout with the United Wing, so we can go ahead and promote the Drago V. Now we have access to Covert Flight and the ability to knock out anything on their board. I'm just gonna go ahead, evolve the active. Let's go ahead, attach grass to the active. Let's go refinement away the Kirlia, I guess. I don't know if we still need Arceus in this matchup either, but I think this is fine. I think now is when I Super Rod. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and Super Rod, get the grass back, and the Gallade. Those seem really good. And then let's go ahead and just Iono. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and Iono. I don't need the Arceus or the double turbo, so I can put those on the bottom of the bottom of the deck. And then we can evolve the other Regidrago. Nest Ball, potentially for Ralts, could be good, so let's go ahead and grab that. And then we can go Apex Dragon, use Covert Flight, turn all damage to basic Pokemon. Sweet, everything in their deck is a basic Pokemon. And then hopefully they don't try and boss around to take prizes, but we are keeping up in terms of prizes, so this should still work out. They have Squawk, Squawk. Still can't do any damage because it is a basic as well. They could boss up either my Squawkabilly for 2 prizes, or they could take out my consistency. They could get Gallade here. I don't remember if they evolved this turn or last turn. Gallade could also get them the Gust effect if they want it. Okay, there's Ultra Ball, so that could potentially get them Gallade if they can evolve it this turn. They only have 5 cards left in deck. Oh, they deck out. Do we just win by deck out here? Yep, and we just win by deck out. Okay, so they didn't have it. If they had some sort of Gust effect left in deck, They could have definitely gusted up my board and attacked as well. I did misplay with the grass energies, but I don't think it truly mattered. I think we were able to just stall some turns with Covert Flight. So yeah, pretty easy win on Regidrago's part. Let's hop on to the next one. So it looks like we're going up against Chien-Pao. The latter is doing something weird where I'm only matching against the same people over and over again, but I didn't actually get to play against the Chien-Pao player because I actually donked him, which is unfortunate, but maybe this time, now they're leading off with Palkia, we might be able to see how this deck does against Chien-Pao. If I can get Covert Flight active really early on, that does mean I can negate the Chien-Pao attack, but this deck doesn't play Manaphy, which is interesting. So if they do somehow get a Greninja attack on my Kirlias, that could be bad. But at some point, if I can just get Regidrago powered up, then we should be solid. Not an amazing hand. We have a lot of Pokemon that I wish to discard. Looks like it's just a rule of a region for them. They do get one Frigibax in play though, so they can power up next turn. Got Rope, but that doesn't truly help us. I think my only possibility... I could actually... No, because I don't play Fighting. I have to get this in the discard. Then we just go ahead and Trinity Charge. Maybe they knock out my Arceus, and then... Okay, so I need some grass in the deck for Regidrago, so let's do this. Let's just go ahead and power up the Arceus here. Maybe they'll boss, maybe they'll just knock out the Arceus in the active. If they do, I do have access to Raihan. Maybe I didn't need that extra energy there. But if they choose to attack with Palkia, then they'll need a full bench, which might be a little bit tough. Who knows, maybe with their hand. They could Iono me again, which would be kind of nice. I highly doubt it. Yeah, they get rid of an Iono because they know I'm dead drawing. They go with Lumineon, probably for the Irida. That seems like the best play. Okay. Raihan can get us the V-Star. Maybe like Ultra Ball, so I can go V-Star, Ultra Ball, discard some of these guys, and then start attacking with the Arceus V-Star. No, it looks like they are going with Chien-Pao. So they are going straight for the knockout, which is fine, because then we can use Raihan. Do they have 4 energies in hand? Is that all their hand is? Energy? Oh, they use Star Portal. Okay, that makes sense. So they have 4 in the discard, so they're going to power that up. Lake Acuity, pretty good. I actually like a Lake Acuity in this deck. I think using that with the Big Charm, or not Big Charm, the Bravery Charm, right? To make the Chien-Pao really tanky. But it does mean you have to keep an energy in play. That's the only downside. I got Nest Ball. That's actually beautiful. Because then I can go ahead and just grab Regidrago VSTAR here. Yeah, we can go ahead and Raihan to Regidrago. Grab myself the Arceus VSTAR. I could grab Research for next turn, or Iono for next turn. That seems best. And then maybe Path. Let's see. I'm so close to knocking it out. Well, actually, with Lake Acuity, I'm not, I guess. We definitely want Starbirth. I think I do want Research for next turn. Let's go ahead and grab myself a Research. Maybe go ahead and grab Kirlia so we can start drawing more cards. Let me see. Maybe not research. We'll go ahead. I do want to get these in the discard pile, so let's go ahead and just do that. Actually, instead of Kirlia, let's go Ultra Ball. And then, yeah, this makes more sense. So I'm going to go Ultra Ball and then Iono. That way I can get rid of these. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of the Garchomp right now. Doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of them all. I don't know why I was fussing. Go ahead and do this. Get rid of that as well. So we got a good amount of stuff. We can go attach fire energy there. And then we'll go Trinity Nova. We're only hitting for 180. But this is fine. We can go ahead and attach one grass energy to the Regidrago. It does mean we whiffed the knockout, but what we can do is we can Iono them. Hopefully get Path in play. Maybe it might have been helpful to get Path instead of Iono here. I think either one works. They already used their V-Star power, but they can grab superior energy retrieval from this. Yeah, I think they can knock me out here. I think next turn, what might be useful is bossing up the Baxcalibur and using Covert Flight, because they already use their V-Star power, so they can't power up a Palkia right away. They could attack with Greninja here, actually, and get rid of my Kirlia. There's a superior energy retrieval. I'll get rid of one boss. Good to note. Okay. They're down 2 Ionos, 2 Iridas, a boss. Nope, it looks like they're going just straight for the attack here with the Arceus V-Star. Good power of the Palkia here. No, they attach to the other Chien-Pao. I think that's a misplay. 3 for 5. That's enough for them to take the knockouts here. As long as I can get Noivern in play. Well, that is true. I do need to get Noivern in play, but as long as I can get a knockout here. Okay. Let me go Iono first. Put them down to 2 cards. Let's go Aroma. Maybe we can grab the Noivern off of this. We do. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna Ultra Ball, get rid of the Squawk and the Noivern. Potentially grab the Gallade then, right? I don't need anything else. Arceus V-Star could be pretty good. What can I discard with? I can discard Judge, that's fine. Let's do this. Kirlia, get rid of the Judge. Okay. Just in case if they do Greninja, they can't snipe my guy. Yeah, we can go Apex Dragon. This does mean we can use the Covert Flight, which means basic Pokemon can't hurt me. That does mean they can attack with either Baxcalibur or the Palkia if they do get superior energy retrieval, but we did Iono them to 2 cards, so they're going to have a tough time getting that unless they have energy in hand. I mean, they could do this, actually. They can go Shivery Chill, use Radiant Greninja to draw into some more cards, so they might actually have a decent chance of getting an attack this next turn. But it would have to be with Palkia, yeah. And Palkia's not doing that much anyway. They do Rod, okay. They're gonna Iono me, which is very interesting. They're hoping to grab energy off of this. Okay, they do get the concealed cards. Do they get the Spirit Energy Retrieval? They bench a Palkia. They have Switch or Greninja. Okay. So no dice there. Let's go Aroma. Got Tails, so what can this grab us? Let's just thin the deck out. On the odd chance that they have another Lumineon, I am going to bench the Spiritomb just in case. Ooh, okay. I can go research here, or I can Gallade to grab myself Boss. If I Boss, I can KO the Excalibur? Prevent them from being able to power up anything. And then I can Covert Flight. That seems like the best play. Let's go Buddy Catch here. We still have Pal Pad in the deck, so that's good. And then how am I going to take this knockout? I can't do Dominating Echo, which is... or Covert Flight, which is unfortunate. I think I just do Goodra here. Yeah. Let's do this. We'll go ahead, boss up the Excalibur. We'll go ahead and hit with the Goo, the Rolling Iron. That way, we're going to take 80 less damage if they do get an attack, which they could potentially get an attack with the Chien-Pao. We have Iono in hand, so that could be really helpful. If they go Greninja, they can still take a prize here if they'd like. But they would need to get a lot of energy in play this turn in order to take the knockout. The only downside is I wish I had Path in play because they can't use Shivery Chill, but I think a lot of their energies are discarded. No, I feel like they play more than just that. And they also Super Rotted more back into the deck. So they should have energies to use with Greninja. But can this also grab them the Spirit Energy Retrieval as well? Okay, this is attach one energy. And a boss, which is great because we have Switch in hand, so we can definitely deal with that. They're just stalling here, I presume. No, they're just knocking it out. Okay, that's fine. This means I can Iono them to 1. Does put them 1 boss away. We do get the Path, which is actually really good. Now they can't do Shivery Chill. I think Path, Iono. Yeah. Let's see, what am I trying to see next turn? Boss would be really great. And Iono could also be good. I think I go ahead and do that just in case if they Iono me. I don't want dead cards in hand. And then we'll go Apex Dragon. I think I go Covert Flight first. That way they don't have access with Chien-Pao. If they do attack me with Palkia, then I just go Rolling Iron. Yeah, let's do that. Because they could attack me with Palkia. But they would have to retreat. They got Candace. Okay, so they are probably going to get... No, they just grab a Chien-Pao. Covert Flight means that they can't do much. They don't have any way to get energy back, because we do have the Path in play. They have a 0-card hand. Looks like we are going to be able to take the knockout here, which is really great. So what I'm going to do is just go Apex Dragon. Actually, let's go ahead and Buddy Catch. Let's go for a research here, so I can draw into some more cards. I'm gonna go ahead and attach the double turbo energy here. Let's go ahead and just Ultra Ball, just in case we do get Ionode. I don't want these cards in my hand. Just hold there. And then we can just go Rolling Iron. I know the double turbo means that we do 20 less, but we are still going to be taking the knockout on the Chien-Pao, and we're going to be taking 80 less from a Palkia, and then all I need to do is use Garchomp's attack to just knock out one of the Luminions or the Greninja on the bench. So that's why I attached the double turbo. That way I can use Garchomp's attack, even though it is going to be the last damage of the game, or the last attack of the game. It doesn't truly matter. I could have just prevented it, or I could have still used Garchomp's attack with my 3 energies, but just in case it would play something like, I don't know, like Crushing Hammer or whatnot. I mean, it could still happen. Alright, and it looks like we can just go ahead and go Apex Dragon. Use... where is it? Sonic Strike to do 200 damage to a Luminion, which means we can just discard these. Oh, I think I was wrong. I think you still had to discard the double turbo as a single energy. It didn't matter. We were still going to be able to take the knockout anyway. But that is pretty much it for the Regidrago deck. I do really like this deck. It has a lot of great options against a lot of the meta at the moment. If you liked the video, then hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. This does mean we can use